welcome back to MonkeyByte.
Today, we're looking at the part of artificial intelligence that does not live in the cloud.
Somewhere outside a data center, the building looks almost boring.
No glowing brain, no robot army, no dramatic machine room from a science fiction film.
Just concrete walls, locked gates, cooling units, power lines, and a low electrical hum that never really stops.
I'm Blue.
And I'm Sky.
The strange thing is, the cloud was never floating.
It was always plugged into something.
A transformer, a substation, a cooling loop, a utility bill.
Every prompt, every model update, every new AI product has to land somewhere physical.
And now AI is no longer just software changing the internet.
It is becoming an industrial appetite.
And the power bill is the one thing the internet cannot hide.
The first clue is not inside the server rack. It is outside near the fence line. A utility worker stands beside a transformer cabinet, listening to a sound most people would walk past.
A deeper hum, not broken, not dangerous, just heavier than it used to be.
That is what happens when a building stops behaving like an office.
And starts behaving like a factory.
Because a modern AI data center is not just storing files.
It is training models, serving inference, cooling dense hardware, and pulling power at a scale many local grids were never built to absorb quickly.
The language around it sounds clean: resilience, sovereignty, green energy, digital infrastructure.
But underneath all that language is a very old question. Who gets the electricity?
A town approves a data center because it promises jobs, tax revenue, and future-proof industry. Then the engineers arrive with a different kind of request.
More grid capacity, more substations, more transmission lines, more cooling, more land.
And suddenly the conversation is not about apps anymore.
It is about concrete, copper, water, and power.
That is the hidden transformation. AI turns digital ambition into physical negotiation.
A mayor can say they want innovation. A governor can say they want investment. A company can say the future is coming.
But the grid does not care about branding.
The grid only sees load.
And when that load grows fast enough, the whole community starts adapting around it. New substations appear near neighborhoods. Transmission projects get fast-tracked. Local meetings become arguments about power.
This is where data and power sovereignty becomes revealing, because whoever controls compute now has to control power too.
Not metaphorically.
Literally.
The AI factory needs electricity the way an old steel mill needed coal.
And once AI becomes industrial infrastructure, it stops being a feature on your phone.
It becomes something your city has to plan around.
Something your utility has to price around.
Something your neighborhood may have to live beside.
And the uncomfortable part is that most people do not get to vote on the prompt.
They only see the construction notice and the new power line.
The rate adjustment and the outage warning.
AI does not become real when it gets smarter.
It becomes real when the lights in the rest of the city start making room for it.
Now step inside the building.
Not the lobby, not the glass wall with the company logo.
Deeper, past the security doors, past the cable trays, into the electrical room.
This is where the future looks less like intelligence and more like heat management.
AI servers are getting denser. Racks are pulling more power. Cooling systems are working harder.
And the old ways of delivering electricity inside data centers are starting to feel strained.
That is why the industry is talking about higher voltage power architectures, including 800-volt direct current.
Which sounds like an engineering footnote until you understand what it really means.
The AI boom is no longer just asking for more electricity.
It is forcing the building itself to be redesigned around how electricity moves.
Every time power changes form, from grid voltage to building voltage to rack voltage to chip voltage, some energy is lost.
It is like passing a bucket of water through 5 pairs of hands. Each handoff spills a little. One spill is nothing.
At the scale of one laptop, nobody notices.
At the scale of thousands of GPUs running day and night, those spills become heat, cost, and risk.
So the industry starts chasing fewer conversion steps.
Denser power delivery.
More efficient parts into the rack.
Tokens per watt.
That phrase sounds almost ridiculous.
But it may become one of the defining measurements of the AI economy. How much intelligence can you squeeze out of each unit of electricity?
Picture a technician standing in front of a power distribution cabinet at 3:12 in the morning. On one screen, temperature.
On another, rack load.
On another, battery status.
They are not asking whether the model is clever. They are asking whether the building can survive the model.
That is the reversal. We imagined AI as weightless.
Pure information moving through invisible networks.
But the more powerful the models become, the more visible the physical support system gets.
Busbars, coolant, batteries, switchgear, power shelves, backup systems.
The dream looks like software from the front end.
From the back end, it looks like an electrical plant with GPUs inside.
And that changes the human role too.
The person keeping AI online may not be a machine learning researcher.
It may be someone watching a thermal alarm, someone checking whether a cooling loop is drifting out of range.
Someone deciding whether a load can be shifted, delayed, or throttled.
That is not the glamorous version of AI.
But it may be the real one, because the intelligence people see on screen depends on invisible workers, keeping the physical machine from overheating.
The cloud becomes less like a cloud,
and more like a furnace that learned to talk.
The third part of the story begins far from the data center.
At a kitchen table,
a bill arrives.
The number is higher than expected.
Not because the family trained an AI model.
Not because they bought more devices.
But because the grid around them is changing.
Utilities need new infrastructure. Power plants get extended, restarted, or re-evaluated. Transmission upgrades move from planning documents into urgent proposals.
And someone has to pay for the wires.
To be fair, this is not entirely new.
Every wave of industry has reshaped the grid.
Air conditioning changed summer demand. Electric vehicles are changing local load. Data centers are the latest pressure point.
And the companies building them know this.
Some are signing renewable energy agreements. Some are investing in on-site generation. Some are exploring nuclear power.
The best operators are trying to bring supply with them, not just demand.
But intent and timing do not always line up.
The data center can arrive fast.
The solar farm takes longer.
The transmission line takes longer than that.
The grid upgrade takes a rate case, a public hearing, and a political argument.
So there is a gap.
And in that gap, real people absorb real costs.
A homeowner pays more.
A town debates a substation.
A utility warns about capacity.
A regulator asks whether the tax break still makes sense.
Meanwhile, the AI product keeps arriving with the same promise.
Faster answers, smarter tools, more automation, more productivity.
But behind every answer is an energy decision someone else has to absorb.
This is not an argument against AI.
The technology is extraordinary, and its benefits are real.
It is an argument against pretending AI is weightless.
Because when infrastructure becomes large enough, abstraction becomes a kind of denial.
The cloud is not in the sky.
It is in a building.
Connected to a grid.
Cooled by machines.
Financed by deals.
And eventually reflected in a bill.
The internet spent decades hiding its physical body.
AI is making that body impossible to ignore. The strange part is not that AI needs electricity.
Everything does.
The strange part is how quickly intelligence is becoming a new kind of industrial demand.
A demand that cities, workers, utilities, and households are already being asked to accommodate.
Every data center, every substation, every cooling system is part of the same question.
Who gets the power when intelligence becomes infrastructure?
We do not have the answer yet.
But the question deserves better than a press release.
This was MonkeyByte, built by AI, questioning AI.
Thank you for watching. If this story made you think, share it with someone who still thinks the cloud is weightless. And if you haven't yet, subscribe.